Hi girls, today I want to give you my number one top tip for gaining lean muscle. However, what I'm going to do is break it into a two-part video. So I've kind of got two equal top ones. One is a supplement that I believe every girl should be taking if you're after lean mass and or improved body composition changes. And I think that pretty much includes 99.9% of the population. And the other training tip, so part two of this video, will be my number one top training tip to get and acquire lean muscle. And I think it's safe to say that at 69 odd kilos of lean mass here, I do know a thing or two about lean muscle gains. So I had the privilege of not only going through the Metabolic Precision course, but also actually being mentored by Dr. Paul Cribb for almost 2 years. And he is one of the leading researchers in creatine. Now, before you turn off and think, oh no, I've tried creatine or blah, 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 just hold on and listen to this. So, the number one supplement that I believe you should be taking is creatine monohydrate. And don't let any salesperson talk you into any other kind of creatine. It's the monohydrate that you must have. Now, as opposed to following the label or following what the sales rep tells you to do, what Dr. Paul Cribb came up with was a creatine cycling method, which he found to be the most effective, because the whole idea of creatine is to keep the concentration of creatine very high in your muscles at all times. So, look, with this creatine monohydrate, what can you expect in a 3-month period? Well, let me tell you, the results are amazing, and that is why it is just a no-brainer. What you can expect is a 67% increase in strength gains. Now, girls, that is just huge. So, you know, my question would be, well, why aren't you taking it? 67% increase in strength gains. We're looking at 37% more contractile proteins in the muscle. We're looking at 1 to 2 kilo loss of pure fat in a 3-month period, and somewhere between 3 to 4 kilos of lean mass gains. So that's what you can expect in a 3-month period. So we are talking some serious physique transformation going on there. Not to say you'll be lifting a lot more in the gym, but the big question is how to take it. Well, interestingly, it's a creatine cycling method where you go on a 3 days on, 3 days off. Girls, it doesn't matter whether you are training or not. The training is irrelevant. 3 days on, 3 days off. 3 days on, 3 days off. And this keeps going intermittently. It just keeps going. Okay? Now, what we do recommend is for, say, you're an average 55 to 70 kilo girl, to take 1 teaspoon 5 times a day of creatine, and preferably with liquid. So if your 3 days on falls on a training day, I highly recommend that you have it in your pre and post shakes, and that's because the creatine uptake is better when you drink a protein liquid and a carbohydrate liquid. So that's a very optimum time to take it. Other than that, take it with your meals and preferably with water. So we've got 3 days on, 3 days off. On your on days, it's 1 teaspoon 5 times a day. And if you're not training on the off days, that doesn't matter. You keep it up. Now, girls, I think a lot of females get a little bit shy and a little bit wary of creatine, because they don't take it like that. And so with the creatine loading, it has been known to cause a little bit of tummy upset. Give this a go. I think that you'll find a different result. Secondly, it is what's known as a cell volumizer. That means it will increase water within the cell, but that's fantastic because that means an improved nutrient flow to the muscle. So what does that mean? That means more growth and better recovery. So look, at the end of the day, it is the most researched and research proven supplement in the industry, widespread throughout, no questions. We've got athletes from hammer throwers to track and field to footy players that take creatine. For a bodybuilder or a figure girl, whether you're bikini, fitness, it doesn't matter. It's just what we call a no-brainer. And it's in the Body Conquest Holy Trinity, the 3 top supplements, but we would probably put it number 1, maybe behind a WPI, whey protein isolate. Okay, so it can be, being that cell volumizer, it almost certainly will make you put on weight on the scales. Now, if you're worried about that, you should pull up right now and look at the bigger picture. The weight is not fat, it's water. And I've already outlined the benefits. So if you want less fat, more muscle, and more strength gains in the gym, creatine monohydrate, 3 days on, 3 days off. I hope you love this, and I hope you go off to your supplement shop and get yourself some creatine monohydrate. Stay tuned for my number 1 top training tip, which I'll do in the next day or 2. And if you like this, please make sure that you like and maybe pass a comment on our video. Watch our YouTube channel, share it with your friends if you like it, and I'll see you shortly. Thanks. Bye, girls.